In our previous part, we discussed about what is homeostasis. Homeo means constant, similar, right? And stasis means maintain. To maintain something which is constant. And the definition of the homeostasis is to maintain the constant environment of the constant internal environment of the body. My body has the constant environment. There is everything in my body is constant, right? Constant means everything is balanced, is stabilized. It needs to be maintained. That is achieved by homeostasis, and the mechanism we use is negative feedback. We have discussed about the negative feedback. Let's discuss some examples of the homeostasis, which is also in your learning objective. As we discussed, there are two examples discussed. One is related to blood glucose, and other is related to the temperature control. Let's move towards the examples. Regulation of the blood glucose concentration we have discussed in the hormone chapter. We will discuss it here again. Um, Number one thing, what you need to remember when we are discussing about the blood glucose, the pancreas is the organ who releases two hormones, insulin, which converts glucose into glycogen, and glucagon, which converts the glycogen back to the glucose, right? And this conversion occurs in the liver. Now, let's utilize this regulation in terms of, or let's discuss this regulation in terms of negative feedback. Too much glucose in the blood means if the blood glucose concentration has elevated, it is in excess. Number one, if it is in excess, it is the stimulus because there is a set point of my glucose concentration in the body. It has elevated, that is the stimulus. And that excess glucose will be received by, this message will be received by, or it will stimulate organ that is known as pancreas, right? The pancreas will receive this message, and what is now the corrective mechanism? To release the insulin hormone, to convert the excess glucose into glycogen. Who is the target organ here? Liver. Pancreas will target the liver by producing the insulin, and then liver will convert in the liver, the insulin will convert the excess glucose into glycogen, and eventually the blood glucose drops, and it will achieve, or it will go back to the normal glucose level. Okay. Okay. And in the vice versa condition, if there's too little glucose in the blood, if the blood glucose concentration has dropped, again, who will receive the message? Stimulus was less glucose or decreased level of the glucose. Who is the receptor here? Pancreas. What will be the corrective mechanism? It will release a hormone known as glucagon, which causes the liver, and who is the target organ? Liver, where the conversion will occur, and it will convert glycogen back to the glucose, and then glucose will be supplied back to the blood, and blood will provide this glucose to the each cell, and then cell will utilize this glucose for the respiration, and the energy level will rise up. Okay, and eventually the blood glucose level will rise. This is the negative feedback, and the blood glucose went back to the normal state. So these are the two conditions in which the blood glucose concentration is maintained by homeostasis. Two hormones, insulin and glucagon. The receptor is the pancreas. The target organ is the liver, and the corrective mechanism is the conversion, respectively, respective of the situation. Okay.